Guide Shawn and Chef Antonio are in New Orleans fishing with special guests Robert Gallery, a former Oakland Raider, and his brother John. So far, Rob is the first to hook a fish.
First fish of the day. First sheephead for you. That's a big one too. Yeah.
That's the fun part of it. You know, we got to come out and catch some sheepshead, which I've never caught.
Come out to this Wrigley's Marine out here. You got 3 lakes you can fish, and then you also have New Orleans. There's one. Fish on.
Nice.
Then you also have New Orleans just down the way here.
Oh yeah, beauty. Show us one on the boat.
There we go, nice looking sheephead. They do have a lot of spines on them. You gotta be careful handling these guys.
My favorite part of the trip is just being in a different part of the country, catching a different type of fish.
If you look in that mouth there, their teeth are just like human teeth.
For someone that's not a professional like Shawn, just knowing, hey, these fish have these teeth, you're not gonna grab this like a bass or you lose your finger.
You're gonna let this guy live another day and catch some more. When you're out here fishing like this, bring a pail with you, throw some shrimp in the pail so that the guys at the front of the boat aren't always running to the back. There we go, Robert's all set up. He started off hot. He's slowing down too.
Being out on the boat, it's like anything, you get used to a group of guys, you start razzing each other. I know Shawn likes to razz Antonio, and he has on the previous episodes.
I guess I can't say Antonio's slowing down. He never really got started, but
This guy's unbelievable.
Robert was hot off the bat.
You're unbelievable, eh? You're unbelievable.
If he wasn't here, his specialty is the cooking.
We gotta get rid of this guju that I'm having here on the boat. We gotta stay away from this spot here.
As my dad told me one day, the sun will shine on a dog's rear end every now and then, so it doesn't mean that he's not a good fisherman. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. That's what another guy told me, because one day you're gonna catch them all, and the next day you can't get nothing. So sometimes it just comes down to luck.
We're out here, we've got 4 or 5 fish in the boat so far, but we ran into a little bit of a slow spell here. Your biggest challenge fishing in Louisiana would probably be just the tides and stuff. You really got to know when the tides are going. Like when we went out on day 1, we got fish for about the first hour, and then it turned into a slack tide. Fish really slow down when you get into that slack tide time, so I don't think it really matters for Smash what the tide is. I don't think he can catch a fish any time of day. But
Don't listen to what he's saying. It'll be a matter of time before I set the hook on one.
The guys move to a new hotspot where some friendly locals have announced it's the place to be.
Louisiana has the nicest people. They're just great down here. Everybody wants to help you out. We see some other boats getting in some fish here. Hopefully we get into some double and triple headers here, and hopefully even Smash gets into a couple. I'm sure he will. He must have caught 50 fish the other day.
I did. I got a lot.
As soon as the camera comes out, you're like a banana.
We learned that you're not supposed to take a banana on a boat because it's bad luck, I guess. I never knew that. So Shawn started calling Antonio banana because he wasn't catching any fish. But
My new nickname is Smash the Banana.
There you go. There's a fish on the sheephead there. There we go.
there we go.
And Antonio finally catches his first fish.
Sheephead.
Come on, get it in the net.
There you go, Smash.
Not only on the scoreboard, but I'm not gonna stop.
Look at his tail. That tide's just starting to change here. Hopefully we can start getting into some numbers here.
Pretty good fight.
The
Sheephead.
new spot pays off. The guys start catching more fish.
Easy fish. We'll throw this one in the box.
Sounds good.
Fish on here.
Sheephead. No, there's that drum.
There we go. Perfect.
They're great eating fish too, Shawn.
They are great.
We got a couple different species now.
From the drum family. Difference here in the black drum and the sheephead. Black drum, a little skinnier body. That dorsal fin here only comes about halfway down the middle of its back and then turns into a fin that you can touch.
The guys move to a spot left in ruins from Hurricane Katrina in hopes of catching some redfish, but Rob ends up catching a stingray instead.
Oh, Ray.
All right.
Robert's great. He gets right into it. He gets out there, and he's a little tough to get around on the boat, but he's a big boy, so.
Big boys like to eat too, and Chef Antonio Smash Maleka is going to show how to cook up a dish Louisiana style, breaded flounder with crawfish bisque.
Today we're gonna make something special, Louisiana style. One of the things that intrigued me the most was the flounder. Flounder is a rare delicacy, light, not too flaky of fish. So what I have here is our fillets, 1 egg. Just gonna beat this egg up here. Want to create like a little bit of an egg wash. You almost want it to be liquidy. You're gonna grab your fish fillet, very light fish, so be delicate when you're using this fish. And you're just gonna get a nice coating on it like so. To your Cajun seasoning mix, you can see here, just give it a little shake, flip it over, that right into the frying pan here. And you wanna get that nice kind of sizzle. Gently, just gonna flip it over. You can see that beautiful color from the Cajun seasoning there. Try to drain a little bit of the oil out, set it out onto a piece of paper towel. I'm gonna let that rest for a couple minutes while we prepare crawfish bisque. First thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna get a little bit of butter. Just gonna get some butter, we're gonna sweat that off. Texas style smoked bacon. Dump them in like so. When you're cooking with bacon, you wanna start this first because it does take a little while to cook. So I'm gonna add my onions. I like to chop my onions nice and thick. Keep moving it around, especially when you're cooking bacon. Now what I have here is the crawfish stock. So what I did was I boiled down the crawfish until they were fully cooked. I didn't throw out the shells, I didn't throw out the head. What I did is I kept that in the pot, I kept it boiling, I reduced it right down. And what happens is you strain that out and you're gonna come up with a crawfish stock. You can see now that our bacon is nice and caramelized. Now this crawfish has been cooked already, like I said. Add that in, stir that around. We're gonna add our stock. And the last thing you wanna do, guys, you're gonna add 35% whipping cream, any kind of cream you want, and you want it to kind of thicken up on its own. The longer you let this simmer, the thicker it's gonna get. So guys, what I made to complement this dish is just some plain white rice, seasoned with a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Keep it all in the middle. Take all the meat from your bisque with not too much of the stock itself. Place that right on top of the rice. Last but not least, we have our flounder. Place that in the middle. We're gonna finish it off with our sauce. Scoop the sauce away from your meat. Just go right around the edge here. Did to finish this dish off. Add a little crunch to it is I made some sweet potato crisps. Sweet potatoes are a huge thing here in Louisiana. And what I did was I just fried these off in some vegetable oil, lay them right on top of your fish. What I have here, a nice little fresh stalk of dill. Lemon is such a huge thing when it comes to fish. Just some finely chopped kale, garnish just around the plate like so. So there you have it, guys. A fresh flounder on a bed of rice with our crawfish bisque. Let's get back to fishing.